my cozy nest friends. Come to you again at our cabin, our cozy nest, and we are preparing for the winter. And one thing we need to make sure that we have is enough firewood because I don't like to be cold. So I want to make sure I have enough firewood. So we looked up what a bundle would be, and it is a cubic foot, 12 by 12 by 12. So we made our rough estimate of how much that would be. And we are going to start our timer and we're going to start burning it. As you can see in our fireplace, it's pretty low. So it will give us a good idea of how long it will take to burn through this. And then with that, we will know how much we need to have to be prepared for winter. So stay tuned.
All right, welcome back. So we burned through our wood. And anybody want to make a guess on how long it took us to burn through it? It's old pine from our property, so it burns pretty fast. Our cubic foot of our bundle took us about 2.5 hours to burn hot. We kept it really going to see how fast we could burn through it. So about 2.5 hours. Now we know that that was a bundle. Now we're working on a cord of wood, and that is a 4 by 4 by 8. What you see right here is 4 by 4 by 4. So we need to double this.
We're going to go through a cord of wood in about 20 days. So for that to work, we get here at the end of April. We're going to be back from our journeys, our trip. So we're going to need about 2 quarts of wood to make it through. Luckily, we have a bunch of pine already up here. If you notice this log right here, I've already started cutting. That's the culprit that actually put a big hole in our cabin over the winter. I've already patched it up. You can see there's a little bit green different there.
In addition to the fallen logs, we have stacks of logs on our property. What happened is the Forest Service came through and cut down a bunch of dead trees. I don't know when. This is pretty old wood. That's what else we're gathering. And that's got to be cut to the length of our fireplace. And we have to come up and we saw it down. And then Michelle and I are hefting it down and walking down this trail and bringing stacks of wood back to our cabin. All right, so I'm an amateur wood chopper, so if you guys see something you don't like, just, leave it in the comments below so that I can do better next year. So we have 2 types of tools here. One is a splitting axe, the other one's a maul. And what happens with that is you put it in the wood and then you can bust it up and it will split the log for you. You don't ever use an axe on that because you will break it. So I've got a sledge built for that when I need to have a more stubborn piece of wood. Ideally, I'd get a wood splitter, but that'll be for a later expenditure. So all we do is we've got our little log chopping area right here. Keep it nice and close so that I can chop up the wood, split the wood, be good to go. Like my kids would say, make sure I've got a circle of blood around me from the old Boy Scouts. And we just chop in wood so that we can stack it. This is about the right size to fit in our fireplace. Much bigger than that becomes a problem. There you go. Much smaller than that is a hassle. I'm going to set these to the side, and I keep that for the kindling when I get inside.
Well, thank you for joining us on our cozy nest adventure of winter prep around our cabin.
As Michelle said, we've got just over half a quart here, so there's a lot to do. And it feels a little overwhelming knowing that we're about 65 days away from leaving. There's a lot to do here. There's a lot to do at the house. But what we've got to remember, and what you've got to remember as you start your journey, is that you've got this. There's little steps, and we take these little steps and we prepare. So remember, you've got this.
Yeah, one thing at a time. Until next time.